Well, those 2000 National League champs, that 99 team, that 2000 team, beloved by the Mets, and one of the most beloved Mets of all time is standing by with us right now. Edgardo Alfonzo. Fonzie, great seeing you. How you doing? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. I'm having a great time. You know, in this weather, like we're talking about, this weather is crazy. Florida is supposed to be hot, but not like the last couple of days. It's been so cold here.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Since we have a new pitcher now in Josh Hader, so you see Edwin Diaz and now you see Josh Hader. A guy like that, how would you approach him?
Well, back in those days, well, I got to be ready. I mean, that's why the spring training is all about. You know, get ready for, you know, for the season, and you see tough guys like that on the mound, and you know, you got to go to every resort you can have, because you don't see more often. You know, you haven't seen this guy yet, but you know, you work your way up to get a. To me, I think that the best thing as a hitter is a timer. You try to get your timer and try to work from there.
Edgardo, you and Carlos Mendoza have known each other a long time. When did you first meet?
Well, a long time. Back in Venezuela, we used to play against each other in the winter ball.
How is he as a player?
Oh my God! No, it was good. It was good. Carlos got great hands. He put the ball in play, and you know. But the time he was playing, we got big guys like Luis Sojo, you know, playing that in Venezuela. It was hard for him to play, and he became I think he became to be a rookie of the year one year with Tiburones de la Guaira. Then he got a chance to play pretty much every day.
You know, the big story, of course, this winter was the signing of Juan Soto. Tell me a little bit about, I know you love good hitters. You like watching people that can hit. What do you think about when you watch him?
Tell you what, I watched him during the BP, and I like what I see. I mean, what he does in BP is tremendous. He's trying to stay close, to go the other way. And then, you know, he reminded me a little bit about Barry Bonds and the home play. You know, he got a great strike zone, and a bit patient, and the home play. He's a great athlete. So, you know, he's also happy when the Mets got him. So.
Edgardo, you've been here a few days now, and like you said, you were watching him take BP. But in general, whether it's conversation with a guy like Soto or any of the young players, what are you trying to accomplish in your time here when you're working with the guys?
Well, it's more like mentally, you know, especially with the young guys. You know, what are they thinking when they go into the home plate, what to play in the field? Try to pick a little bit his mind, you know, to see what kind of preparation they do it every day. And that's what I do. I mean, I like to do it because I think you know, talent-wise, they there. They work forward to get ready for a season, but mentally, where are they? You know, I was talking to Francisco Alvarez about that, and he got you know, talking about you know, mentally preparation, and sometimes, you know, you get so hard on yourself when you don't produce the way you're supposed to, and tell them, listen, this is only like 4 games in the spring training, so be patient, work like I said, you time it, and then you know, just go for it.
You know, when I think of you as a player, Edgardo, great talent, of course, but instinctually, you're such a good player. You're here in big league camp. Monday, you go over to the minor league side. You were talking about working mentally with the kids. Can you help them along with them getting a little better with their instincts for the game as well as their talent?
I try, and I think they have a great group of coaches down there, and we're on the same page. And you know, one of the things about baseball, this is a tough game. It is so hard, and sometimes you get, like I said, you get so hard on yourself, and then you go 0 for 4 with 2 strikeout, and the next day you got like 3 for 4 with you know, line drives and stuff like that. That's why I try to tell the guys, listen, this game is so hard. You don't make it so harder, you know. And then my thing with them is like, hey, you gotta concentrate. You gotta believe in yourself. You got the talent. So you know, that's what you work for, and try to, you know, get across to the guy. Then this game is so hard, and you gotta be prepared. And then you know, I tell them, you know, I went through it, and I like when they ask questions about hitting, about playing, about tough situation, about CD, about, you know, stuff like that, and you know, I try to help him out and you know, give him my my advice to those guys and try to prepare for to be a great player.
Edgardo, at the beginning of this interview, we showed the pennant as that one gets away, and McNeil trots into second. But we showed the pennant from the 2000 team, and that was a team that was coming off a year that was somewhat similar to the year that this team is now coming off of. That 1999 team, you had the great vibes and the mojo rising, and you know that team was loved. Definitely. It's not always easy, right, to follow up a year like that with a step forward. How do you do that? How does this team go about doing that?
Well, you know, that's funny because I think 1919 was better than 2000 team, and then like you say, the mojo rising and everything. You know, I think it was great. Move forward. That year, 2000, we started all the way in Japan. I remember that the team that we have, nobody expected to go all the way to the World Series, and then seeing the Mets right now is amazing. You see the lineup is really strong. Hopefully they can keep up the good work and then bring some enjoyment to the Mets fans in New York.
He is Mets Hall of Famer Edgardo Alfonzo, as that one gets past the mitt of Cam Smith. So Jeff McNeil comes around to score the Mets' first run, and Francisco Lindor on at first. Edgardo Alfonzo, great way to end the interview. Thanks so much for the time. Always great catching up. We'll see you soon.